Good afternoon slash evening, members. Hope y'all are all doing well today. It is a beautiful Saturday here. I hope it's just as beautiful where you're at. So today, I'm going to be doing an unboxing of the new Jufule Ducklings. They're in M390 blade steel. So that's pretty cool. I was actually super impressed by them. I don't know what it is about them, but they just feel substantial was the word I used. So let's get into it. First we'll look at the Skelly one. So if you don't know, Jufule knives come in these little hard plastic cases. If you've not bought one, they do all come in these cases. So they also come pretty heavily oiled up. So I'm going to grab a paper towel and just kind of wipe them down a little bit. Set this off to the side for a minute. So yeah, as you can see, we have a nice skeleton stone washed finish. And then on this side, looks the same. No fuss, no muss, no fancy crazy colors. Just a nice plain knife with M390 blade steel. Looks great. Thumb studs look great. Pivots look great. So yeah, the action on these things is super nice. I did already look at them, of course. I couldn't wait. Get the rest of the oil off the knife. So as you can see, the lock, the liner lock has, of course, his name on it with the Duckling. The hardware on this thing looks like it's T8 everywhere. Not sure about those liner. Can't tell. Let me see. Let me see if I can get one in here without damaging anything. Yeah, so the liner screws are T6 inside there that hold the liner in place. Lockup looks like it's great. Like I said, there's just something about them that feels, even though this is a Skelly, it still feels kind of heavy, and the action on them is just superb. They just close so easy. I know they've got those good new caged bearings in it because I can just feel it. But they just close so simple, so smooth. I have not checked to see if there's any blade play. There is absolutely zero. The detent on them both felt great too. You can kind of see that snap there, and hear it. So yeah, it feels super smooth. They will drop to your thumb. If you do that method, I always end up thinking I'm going to cut myself, but super smooth. Let's see. There's something else I was just thinking about, wanting to check. The clip looks pretty good. Let me do a pocket check here. So as you can see, oh yeah, feels really good and tight. Pretty much hides most of the knife there. Yeah, it does. Feels really good going in, really smooth. Coming out the same way. Yeah, I like the ramp on that clip. It's very conducive to sliding in and out easily. That's what she said. So yeah, let's do a couple of measurements on it here. So overall length is a little over 7 1/4 right at 7 1/4. Blade length is 3 1/4. Actually, to the middle of the scales, it's more like 3.1, 3.15 maybe. Then the cutting edge is a little under 3, maybe 2.9, 2.8. The weight of the Skelly version is 3.49 ounces. So that's what I was talking about. Like, it still felt substantial even though it was a Skelly. It just feels good. 3.49 ounces. Wow. No wonder it feels good, because it is good. Let's see. Let's get some caliper measurements here. So the blade stock up here at the widest point is 0.142. And then down behind the edge, it gets down to 0.000. No. 0.024. So that's cool. Couple of quick size comparisons. Here's a pair of 3. It's about exactly the same size as a pair of 3. Here is the Walmart Ozark Trail knife. About the exact same size as it. What else do I have handy? Excuse my phone, I forgot to turn it off. Here's the Cochise by Azusa. And then you can see how much smaller it is than a PM2. That gives you a few size comparisons there. Let's see if it came sharp. Got a piece of paper here. So this piece of paper has already been used, but shouldn't matter. Well, I say that, but getting into some of these edges is kind of weird. From the back all the way to the front. At the very, very back, you could use a little strapping right back there by the... But if you start anywhere in, it picks up fine. I was just trying to check it all the way from the very, very back. The front feels very sharp. Of course, this paper is not the best piece, but... yeah. So it's plenty sharp. Now, since we have done this one already, we will open the other version, which I do like equally as well. They're both super cool, but this one has the dragon scales, or the whatever you call it. Super cool texture. Got the same clip, same studs. The detent on this one, I can't remember which one I thought felt stronger. Let me see. They feel really close. This one might have a little bit stronger detent, the dragon scale. But just something about the feel of these knives. They feel very substantial, and even though they're a little bit smaller, and they're just the size for me to get 4 fingers on. Like, I would not want them to be any smaller, but if I put my thumb up on the ramp good, he puts his thumb up on the ramp. All right, sorry. 4 fingers fit on it perfectly. So it's a very good size. Let's get the weight on this puppy. 3.49 on the other one, 3.93 on this one. So only a half ounce difference. See if the blade stock is the same width. I'm imagining it is. 0.137, sorry. And then down behind the edge, 0.025, so very close. Overall lengths on both of them, very close to the same. It actually looks like, and it could just be because I'm front to the back, yeah, I'm sure they're exactly the same. 1.25. Yeah, they look really close to exactly the same. Let's get a fresh piece of paper here and see if this one's sharp. Oh yeah, even at the very back, this one doesn't need to be stropped. As far back as I can go on the blade. And as far forward as I can go on it. So this one could have been a piece of paper, but let me make sure. Yeah. I think it just needs a little bit stropped back here at the very back corner. Alright, so these are the two new Duklings. I will do a quick comparison here for y'all between those and the duck. So the two ducks walk in a bar. So there's the two ducks versus the two Duklings. And then this is the SMKE duck versus the other ones. And you can kind of tell there's a difference between it and the other ducks, which I've never shown really. But the blade grind on it is a lot straighter where it's curved on these. It's thinner from top to bottom. It does have the sculpted contoured scales that are very comfortable. The clips do look very similar, but they're a little different. Overall length is longer on the new ones. Overall size is a little bigger, but that gives you a comparison. The action on this one is sick too. It closes super easy. I haven't used this one in a long time, so it could use a little love and some oil moving around, but yeah, that's the first one I had a long time ago. Then the action on these is just drop shut, hydraulic. Both of these just have that hydraulic. This one is a little worse than the one I carry all the time. It's still great. And then these new ones, the action feels just as good, just as smooth. Those new caged bearings they're using are really nice. And this skeleton one feels super good. I don't know. It's hard to explain why it feels so good, but it doesn't feel light. It feels like a complete knife. Like, I guess there's just something about it. Being a liner lock, maybe that adds a little bit more than just the lock bar insert. I don't know. Super comfortable knives, great knives. I will put the link in the description for this video for you to grab one if you want to grab one. They're around $150 for the new ones with M390, but I'd say they're worth it as far as quality and feel, and of course blade steel. Yeah, the action on this thing is great. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all being members. I'm going to do some exclusive videos on clones for y'all because I don't really want to put those out on my main channel under the review section. I don't mind talking about them on the lives, but I don't want to have those companies coming after me if they see it posted, you know, in a big video. I don't want to title them that way. The clip on this one is exactly the same as that one, so there's no need to do the pocket check with it. I did do a weight test and a little bit of the measurements. One thing I didn't do was do a side to side on the scale so you can tell how wide the knife is. 0.476, and then with the clip 0.649. 0.492. So the skelly is actually a little wider. 0.660. That gives you some width measurements there. Anyway, guys, appreciate y'all. I will see y'all in the morning, and y'all have a great rest of your Saturday, and I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.